Today, we're diving into the exciting new animated series coming from Marvel Studios, Spider-Man Freshman Year. But here's the twist. It's set in a completely different universe from the main Marvel Cinematic Universe we all know and love. That's right, this is a fresh take on Spider-Man's origin story, with some surprising changes along the way. So, what exactly is Spider-Man Freshman Year all about? Let's start with the basics. This series goes back to Peter Parker's high school days before the events of Captain America Civil War, where we first saw him in the MCU. But unlike the familiar story we've seen on the big screen, this version is set in another universe, which means some things will play out very differently. First off, the show will explore how Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man on his own, without any help from Tony Stark. Instead of getting his famous suit from Stark, we'll see how Peter creates his own homemade suit and how he learns to be a hero without a mentor guiding his every move. The series has a really cool animation style that's inspired by the classic 1960s Spider-Man comics, particularly the work of Steve Ditko. This retro look is a perfect fit for the story, giving it a unique feel that's both nostalgic and fresh. The vibrant colors and classic comic book vibe are sure to stand out, making this series visually different from anything we've seen in the MCU. Now, let's talk about the characters. One of the biggest changes in this alternate universe is the role of Norman Osborn. In this series, Norman might step into a mentor-like role for Peter, similar to what Tony Stark was in the movies. This could give us a whole new perspective on Norman before he becomes the Green Goblin we know from the comics and other films. Alongside Norman, we'll also see his son, Harry Osborn, who's Peter's close friend. Their relationship will likely play a big part in Peter's life, both as a high school student and as Spider-Man. And that's not all. Doctor Strange is confirmed to appear in the series. His inclusion adds a magical twist to Peter's early adventures. We're talking about a Spider-Man who's not only dealing with science-based villains, but also facing threats that are out of this world. Plus, we can expect appearances from other iconic Spider-Man villains and allies, reimagined for this alternate universe. What's really exciting about Spider-Man Freshman Year is its exploration of alternate possibilities within the Marvel Universe. Because this story is set in a different universe, we'll get to see what-if scenarios, like how Peter's life could have gone if certain events happened differently. Imagine seeing how Peter would handle things without any of the help or connections we saw in the MCU movies. This series allows Marvel to play around with different storylines while still connecting to the larger MCU. It's a new sandbox where anything can happen, which opens the door to some really exciting and unexpected twists. Spider-Man Freshman Year is set to premiere on Disney Plus in 2024. The series will have multiple episodes, each one building on Peter's journey from a regular kid to the hero we know as Spider-Man. And if this show takes off, we could be looking at more seasons or even spin-off shows exploring other parts of this alternate universe.